Miami gets to be the underdog again. The Indiana Hoosiers will face Miami on January 19th, and Indiana is playing like a juggernaut. But here's how Miami wins.
You are Locked On Canes, your daily podcast on the Miami Hurricanes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
56-22. The Hoosiers blew the doors off of Oregon. That was like a mercy rule scenario last night. And now we get to see the Hoosiers come down to South Florida January 19th for the national championship game. So glad Miami is in it. We'll talk about how they win it. I am Alex Donno, University of Miami alumnus, co-host of Locked On ACC and host of Postgame on the Hurricanes Radio Network. And thank you to the everydayers for making Locked On Canes your first listen. We're available free wherever you get your podcasts. We're free on YouTube. We're part of the #1 Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. We have transfer portal visitors in Coral Gables right now, including Arizona State quarterback Sam Leavitt. I know Lane Kiffin went into full stalker mode last night and tried to intercept, but Leavitt has made it to Miami. But let's talk about this Indiana versus Miami matchup, and it's time for the Kelvin cleanse. Kelvin Harris, three-time national champ, former Miami Hurricanes offensive lineman, is with us. All right, so Kelvin, from the very first play, like the blowout was on, Dante Moore throws a pick six. Indiana's up 7-0. They never look back. What's your take, Kelvin? Because I know a lot of people now are looking at this game and saying Miami's going to get blown out.
My take was, is Dante Moore point shaving? I mean, oof.
He had some rough moments.
Yeah, he did. And I think that might have been the deciding factor in him coming back. But to be quite honest with you, he shouldn't come back. If you're I think it's the Jets and the Raiders have the first two picks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably ruffle some feathers when I say this. If you're the Raiders and you pick Fernando Mendoza, you're going to be picking another quarterback in 3 years. Is he a good quarterback, good system quarterback? Yes. If you pick Dante Moore, you're going to have a couple years where it's going to be rough till he adjusts. But he is a long-term answer for a franchise. He's a franchise quarterback. Fernando Mendoza is a good kid. He's a good, solid. I say the upside is maybe Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, which is not horrible, but, he's not going to carry your franchise. Now, this is the same guy we played last year at Cal, and he was good. He was okay. But there was nobody, if we had a gun to your head, Bruce's head, anybody's head, that said last year when they saw that kid, I think he's a first-round draft pick, future first-round draft pick. You get your brains blown out because there's nobody that believed that. Now, I'll give credit to Curt Cignetti. Curt Cignetti's an excellent coach, and he puts them in good situations, and they just don't make mistakes. They're an older team. They're very disciplined. They just don't make mistakes. And they didn't make any last night.
No, they didn't. And that's a problem because sometimes, I think when Miami's at their best, Miami can beat Indiana or anybody else in the country. But Miami, sometimes they've made mistakes. Indiana rarely ever does.
But we made a ton of mistakes against Ole Miss, and we still won a game.
That's true, but this is not Ole Miss now. We can't do that against Indiana.
Ole Miss is more talented than this team.
Okay.
Matter of fact, and I think I told you this off air, if you go down our list of opponents, are they more talented than Ohio State? No. Did they beat Ohio State? Yes. They're not more talented than Ohio State. Are they more talented than Texas A&M? No. Are they more talented than Notre Dame? No. Are they more talented than Florida? No. Mississippi? No. Florida State?
I would think so.
No.
I think they're more talented. No? Ooh.
All right. Deuce Thompson or Surratt?
Deuce.
Okay. Um, Castellanos, if Kurt Signetti were the coach of Florida State would be Indiana.
Okay, maybe.
They don't like when I look at their offensive line, I don't see first round draft picks. I see a solid, cohesive team that executes well. Now, mind you, people are going to say, well, yeah, but if both teams execute and there's not turnovers, I'm interested to see what happens when Ruben Bain doesn't have to worry about the ball coming out in 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. Now, they're going to try and run the football. I don't think they can. Can we run the football? Yes. Yes, we can. Probably run the football on the Dolphins.
Yeah. We probably could. And how do you see the line of scrimmage matchup, Kelvin, which is an advantage Miami has had all season long? And Indiana's defensive line to me looks a little small. How do you see that matchup?
I looked at their roster this morning and I was like, oh. They're just very technically sound kids, but our right side, 6'5", 345, 6'6", 340. Our left side, 6'9", 340, 6'6", 325. And they're not just big guys. They're, Miles Gore might be the first tackle taken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cooper's going to be a 10-year pro. I mean, they don't have a three, like last night, Oregon had a kid, Amari Washington, 6'3", 330 in the middle, and is actually pretty athletic. They don't have a guy like that. Their guys they're small, really small. But they do a good job with scheme and technique. But honestly, I don't know. I know they're undefeated. I'm not taking nothing away from that. Yeah. And I saw the game last night, but we pretty much forced our will on everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So styles makes fights.
This is our first time having Kelvin Harris on since, Miami's huge victory against Ole Miss. So I want to pick Kelvin's brain on what he saw in that game. And by the way, we've had some people who are the real everydayers, Kelvin, who are with us through thick and thin. They've been telling me, hey, Kelvin's been right every step of the way. So I remember early in the season when you're saying, hey, Miami's going to get to the national championship. Some people were calling you crazy back then. They have come around. You want to keep it locked right here, my friends. We're only getting started on this brand new episode of Locked On Canes. Folks, not only are the college football playoffs now coming to a close soon, we got one more massive game with the Miami Hurricanes 7.5-point underdogs against Indiana. You can find that action on FanDuel. And the wild card round is here. FanDuel is officially in playoff mode. Every game day during the NFL playoffs, FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action. Because right now, every NFL playoff game day, FanDuel users get a profit boost pack waiting for them inside the app. Each game day, you'll see a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts you can apply to the best bets that you like most. Guys, open your profit boost pack first thing on game day and see what boosts you want to apply. The boosts let you lean into your game day instincts. Whether you're backing momentum, defense, quarterback play, or coaching, the boost gives you more juice on the bets you already like instead of forcing you to bet something new. Every play feels bigger, and the boosts make your bets feel that way too. You make your picks, then apply your profit boost to go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL game day. We are joined here by three-time national champ Kelvin Harris as Miami is going to go for their 6th overall ring on January 19th. Kelvin, what were your big takeaways? And maybe we can start with Carson Beck and the heroic final drive, but your big takeaways from Miami's victory against Ole Miss.
Well, I think if our DBs had any hands, it wouldn't have even been that
Yeah,
close.
I know.
We dominated the game physically. We just didn't pull away on the scoreboard, and part of that was Trinidad Chambliss, who kept them in the game. And then there was that one big run. It's just like every time it looked like we were going to pull away, something kept them in it. And then I just think Carson Beck has been wrongly labeled this whole year. He's done nothing. He had a 4 interception game, of which 3 of those interceptions weren't his fault. And then he had a 2 interception game in which both of those interceptions weren't his fault. And he's completing 73% of his passes. You know, he's made great decisions 95% of the time this year.
Yeah.
And he is one of the main reasons why we are in this thing, right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And what about the rest of it, Kelvin, with Miami being able to control the clock for 41 minutes and 22 seconds, and they held Ole Miss to just 60 plays, which is like 15 below their average. And Miami was also brilliant on third down on both sides of the ball, getting about 55+% on offense and holding Ole Miss to 2 for 10 defensively.
I don't see Indiana doing any better than Mississippi did. If you look at Ole Miss's defensive front four, they had a 6'8", 330-pounder and a 6'4", 315-pounder as the two main tackles. And they had, the one thing that I thought was a red flag for them was that their linebackers were 210 and 215. And but honestly, Indiana has very limited personnel. They don't play a lot of people. They keep 3 linebackers on the field most of the time, and they're 230-pound guys, 225-pound guys, and they're good, solid players. Aiden Fisher is a good player, but is he Arvell Reese? No. Is he Sonny Styles? No. And what do we do to them? People may say I'm a homer, but I'm letting these two things right here make my judgments. There's nobody in the country that can stop us from running the football. Not if they, and I knew Ole Miss was going to have to do something because for my podcast I watched the other team because you want to give analysis, and when I watched Ole Miss, I was like, they're going to have to blitz on first down because of the way their defense is set up. They were giving up 160 yards rushing. Looking at Indiana, they're going to come with stunts and slants, and I expect them to come some run blitzes on first down too, because Curt Cignetti is a good coach. I know he thinks and his team has played flawless in these playoffs. But if he's looking at that film, you know what he's saying?
What?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. He's got to come with something so that we're not 2nd and 4 the whole game. So they're going to come with stunts. If you notice, we got a couple of offside penalties because Ole Miss would slant at the last moment, or steal them at the last moment.
Yeah.
They got to come with something on first down to get us behind the chains, which is going to set them up for play action passes. They're solid in the secondary. I think C.J. Daniels has got to come up big this game because I expect him to do what everybody else did and try and take baby Jesus away.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I also expect them to go no huddle, up tempo. Because if you're them and you look at that film, you got to do something so that Ruben Bain and Messidor can't pin their ears back. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go with a lot of three-step drops. And we need to press them at the line of scrimmage. I got a lot of faith in our DBs. Now, we do have some issues. I don't know if maybe you got a injury update because we're not going to have Lucas the first half.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Frederick's okay.
I think so too. That was the one that I'm pretty confident in.
Now, the guy that everybody should be excited about is Jabari Antoine.
He looks good. Young cat.
And then we got, the two safeties, Thomas and Poyser.
Yeah.
And then, the X Factor, Keontae Scott. I mean, we're more talented than them. It's a question of, do we execute at a high level to where I think we can win this by double digits.
Wow.
If we execute.
Yeah. I love it. Kelvin Harris is with us. Now, Kelvin, I want to go over transfer portal visitors who are on campus this weekend. We know Miami's doing it big this weekend after, staying focused on the Ole Miss game. So on campus today, quarterback Sam Leavitt. He did make it to Miami. More on that in a second. Arizona State quarterback Sam Leavitt. South Carolina offensive tackle Josiah Thompson. Georgia tight end Pierce Spurlin. West Virginia wide receiver Cam Vaughn. That's a good player. Tennessee defensive end Caleb Herring. Pittsburgh linebacker Rasheem Biles. And Northwestern kicker Jack Olson, because Miami is going to need a new kicker again next year. Now, Kelvin, on Sam Leavitt, Lane Kiffin went full stalker mode last night. So Leavitt had visited LSU last week. And then during his visit, he's sitting courtside at a basketball game with Lane. And then Lane finds out, and he may have been the one who did a little tampering, that DeMond Williams was saying he was going to get into the transfer portal. Now, DeMond ended up staying at Washington, right?
Yeah.
But then Lane got a little distracted. Sam Leavitt left LSU, goes to Tennessee, and as he's about to leave for Miami, Lane Kiffin and members of the LSU staff literally flew out to Knoxville to get a meeting with Leavitt. Allegedly, the NIL offer from LSU was upped. And I'm not shutting the door on LSU. I'm not saying he won't go to LSU, but the good news for Miami is he did still get on his plane, Leavitt, to come down to Miami. LSU didn't close the deal in the room. So Sam Leavitt is in Miami right now, and, there is a chance he might be the next quarterback of the Hurricanes, Kelvin.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at it, Carson Beck has upped his draft stock. Cam Ward was the first pick. I think it's a no-brainer. I'm torn. I mean, I understand why we're going after Leavitt because we're at the stage now where every year we're competing for this title. And Luke Nickel and Darian Coleman probably need another year because in 27, one of those is going to be the quarterback for the next 2 years, 3 years. So we need a bridge quarterback. And if you're Leavitt, I think the results show this is the place to go because we'll have our top 3 receivers coming back, or 3 of our top 4 because, Josh Moore, Prater, Baby Jesus, Dalen Upshaw will all be back, plus the young receivers that we got coming in. The tight end position, now is Ballman a senior?
Yeah, I think he's a senior. He's out.
Okay. And then we need to get, Lofton is got potential. I think he got better as a blocker this year. I think he needs to hit the weights and maybe do some off-season track work to get a little faster, work on the routes a little bit better. He's not far off from being an elite tight end. I think the blocking aspect is where he really needs to work in the offseason to make him a complete every down tight end, where he can play inline, H-back, wide, because he's got good hands. And then, next year, if people don't get us next year, it's going to be a while. I think we're going to go on a run. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if we'll be in contention for the championship. I looked at our schedule, and honestly, minimum I see us go 9-3. I mean, 7 or 8 of those teams we could beat with you at quarterback, with the talent that we got, coming back, especially with Fletcher, Brown, and Pringle in the backfield. And we've got some good young receiving talent coming in too. Now, Caleb Herring, I watched Tennessee a couple of times. I don't know how good he is. I'm going to go look him up. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he was their best pass rusher.
He this season he had 4 sacks, 14 tackles. So he got on the stat sheet a little bit.
Yeah, they alternate their front 4.
Yeah.
How big does it say he is?
He is 6'5", 245.
Okay. Now I'm going to say this: Marquise Lightfoot will be the breakout guy next year, and don't sleep,
without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't sleep on Herbert Scroggins and Hayden Lowe. But to add a guy who's been in the fire makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
and Herring has I think he's got just 1 year of maybe 2 years left, because the first year I'm not sure if it was a red shirt or not, but he's been 3 years at Tennessee.
Okay. Now Biles is the key. I think we get him.
Yeah. Great. The linebacker out of Pitt. He's good. Really good.
And then with Cam Pruitt, Popo will be back. We're going to probably need a couple more. I know we wanted the Markway kid, but I think he went to Missouri.
I think that's right. Yeah.
And who else did you say was coming in? Josiah Thompson. I don't know anything about the kicker.
Yeah, well, no, I think the kicker from Northwestern, he's got a pretty good career percentage, so I think he wouldn't be a bad move. And also
Okay.
Vaughn, the wide receiver from West Virginia, is coming in today.
I didn't watch West Virginia at all this year.
Let me pull up his stats. I know it seems like the staff likes him. Let me see if I can get his stat sheet up here for a second.
Well, Dawson has some ties in West Virginia.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, so Cam Vaughn this season, 541 receiving yards, 15.5 yards per catch, 4 touchdowns.
How big is he?
He is 6'2", 185.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's basically going to take C.J. Daniels' place.
Yeah. He's got like a Jacoby George body type, kind of. I don't
know. Yeah. Secondary wise, we don't need this. We're pretty straight in secondary.
Yeah.
Well, we're losing Keontae Scott, right? And Jacoby Thomas.
And Jacoby Thomas, yeah. Poyser's got more time, but yeah, Jacoby and Keontae are seniors.
But Bryce Fitzgerald.
Oh, yeah. He's got all the time in the world. True freshman right now.
Yes. So he'll fit in perfectly. Poyser and Fitzgerald, Lucas, Damari Brown, Frederic, Antoine, Dylan Day. Yep. We're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're almost, we're at the point now where we don't rebuild, we reload. And next year is what I call the sandwich year. Mm-hmm. If people don't get us next year, it's going to be a run, because the roster is just, the depth on it is just filling in beautifully. I mean, we're getting the kids we want. We're getting the transfer kids we want. They're doing a great job of roster building. Now the question is, can we, Dawson will probably his last year with us will be next year. I think
Okay.
he'll either get a job or the pros will call him in 27.
Yeah.
So in 27, there's going to be some adjustments. We may lose one or two guys this year. I don't know. Um, I don't see Corey going anywhere this year.
No.
I'm interested to see what happens with JT because I don't
You got to
understand
hold
why.
on to him. Do not want to
Well,
lose JT.
you gotta ask yourself, why hasn't the Dolphins brought him into the organization?
Well, I mean, they're about to have a new head coach, so we'll see if they make that call. I mean, clearly Mike McDaniel was not smart enough to make that call, but maybe the next
Yeah.
coach will.
Hopefully not, at least for
Hopefully
another
not.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. Well, I always appreciate your time and your insight and the cleanse because we needed this. Kelvin Harris, 3-time national champion. Ebony Lifestyles is where you find him on X. And also let people know where they find your podcast because you obviously are very well researched and you're a ball knower.
It's MIAMI dash Huddlecast, HUDDLECAST, Miami dash Huddlecast on Spotify, SoundCloud. I'm missing one. Oh, Apple Podcasts.
Apple. I was about to say Apple. I know I've heard you on Apple before.
Yeah. And in the off season, I'm gonna figure out this YouTube thing. I don't know if I want to do because when you do the audio, the video of it, it kind of limits the people you can get. Because I usually record mine, and then it's. So I don't know. I'm gonna play around with the YouTube because I'm gonna add a YouTube link so people can probably listen to the audio, and I'll probably put some background video on there to break the monotony. I'm gonna play with it, in off season, but I'm gonna add YouTube for next year.
I love it. There we go. We're growing. Kelvin Harris, appreciate his time as always. Make sure you guys smash the like button. And by the way, if you're an everydayer, make sure you join the all access tier of the Everydayer Club. You get exclusive episodes from me. You get Discord access, one-on-one texting access, an exclusive newsletter. Looks like, Kelvin, you got one more thing you want to say.
I was going to say, for you people who are everyday fans, I need y'all to check on Bruce. I heard that he ran out of heart medication, and the other night didn't go good. So if you live by Bruce, go by the house, make sure he's got his heart monitor and his CPAP machine. And also, I heard he ran out of Grecian formula. So if somebody want to drop some of that off. And some new Depends.
He always needs more, especially when Miami plays, because they give us all these close games. I mean,
the Mississippi game. I mean, he probably just soaked himself. Yeah.
Oh man, we love Kelvin. Oh, everyone, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. LockedOnCanes.supercast.com if you want to join the Everydayer Club. And we'll talk to you next time on another episode of Locked On Canes. We are part of the awesome #1 Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.